Well, at BRi, the services that we offer today started way back in 1984, and it was a customs clearance brokerage house. So that's simple methodology behind the import side of business and looking at clearing cargo. That then evolved into freight forwarding, transport, and so on. And as time went on, we moved into services like warehousing, distribution, consultancy, vendor management programs, and so on.
And we start at the very front of the supply chain, so from order placement, we engage with suppliers overseas and our customers' suppliers. We manage that relationship for them overseas. We obviously manage the normal freight, air freight, sea freight in and out of Australia. Customs clearance is a big part of our business, the core of our business where it first started in 1984. And from there, it now moves on to warehousing, final mile delivery.
Small turnover, profitable little business. BRi founded that business. Today, in the scale, what we are, two 30-year-olds, really uneducated to some degree back then, writing a check, giving it all, and the wonderful experience we continue to have with the people in the business and the difference in those people, it's just, why would you not want to continue? It was one of those things of when BRi decided that there was time for him to depart the business under the BR banner, if you want to call it that, and Mike and I bought the business with respect to BRi and keeping that name. It was also about defining BRi's part of this legacy, but more importantly about making sure there was the fresh approach to that legacy. But we were prepared to do everything. It wasn't uncommon for us to be helping a client in China and falling asleep in a pallet location and then waking up and the client next to us on the basis that we all got tired, but we delivered the concept within hours rather than days. But we don't forget those times, because even now and what we're dealing with today, we're prepared to do the same thing. Of course, with a professional approach, but sometimes you've got to remember who you are too, and rolling up the sleeves and getting sweaty to do something is just part of the basis of making sure the customer gets what they want.
And I think that hands-on approach that we take and our people take to deliver a solution, to roll out a new factory, to roll out a new warehouse. Although, looking back in the past, they were hard times, but every single warehouse location we opened overseas, either Aaron and myself was there day one and the weeks preceding to bring it to market. So we could sit in front of our customers and our people could sit in front of our customers and say, this is how it works. And today, it's started from a very small piece of, we can clear cargo and we can deliver cargo to your warehouse. We can help find suppliers. We can work with your suppliers and help you deliver that at origin that then facilitates the ease of your business. We can sit with their teams and say, we can do this better for you.
And as today, we've gone further than that. Now we're selling different services that allow major importers and exporters to extend their supply chain offering in the marketplace. I've had people over the years ask me things like, what makes a partnership successful? And you look at partnership being client, you, but I look at it from Mike and my perspective, and it's one word comes to mind all the time, it's forgiveness. And I think clients are the same. You make mistakes, things happen, but you must follow through it. You must close it out. Don't just leave it out there. And if you make the mistake, then own it, even if it means you pay for it. But the client will stay with you on that basis. And we've had many instances where we've said, I've got you. Don't worry about it, I've got you.
And now, I suppose we call it the inquisitiveness. We're always inquiring. We say things like, tell me more, why? And we ask why consistently.
Look, simply put, we had aspirations. We had a plan, and it goes back to what we originally said, I guess, is we just didn't want status quo. We wanted to take a few risks. We backed each other, and we'd sit down, we'd catch up with each other all the time. Remembering Melbourne was just two people. Sydney and I was in Melbourne, Mike in Sydney, and we'd, of course, jumping on planes and doing these things.
I want us to say, guys, we're happy to work with you, but on this basis. At the end of the day, this is where we want to go. How do we do it? But let's not start unless we're going to go in that direction and end up at that destination. And it's been the same. Opportunities have come by in the different areas, but there have been opportunities that we've been looking for because there was a need for us to fill it. So it's that didn't just happen.
We continue to work hard and we continue to build the business. From what BRi's business was at 22 people, we're in the hundreds now. And many locations around the world,